Hey everyone, today we'll be discussing the new Tier 10 Premium that is available with this season as a level 100 reward if you have the basic season pass. It is 114 SP2. I personally like this tank and I think you should definitely get it as well, mainly because of the two reasons. First, it's not a toxic tank like AVRE, Ruthless T58, and secondly, it's not a redundant tank either. It's not a reskin, it's not something we already have at Tier 10. The tank does have its pros and cons. Its con is it doesn't have the best armor. It doesn't have a huge alpha, but that's a good thing because having anything more than 750 just ruins the gameplay. And with this tank, it's 650 alpha. It's slightly less than 750 or 100 less than, but I still don't mind it because it has decent gun handling, decent camo, and what I like about this tank is it fires premium APCR with a shell velocity of 1250 meter per second. So, for my setup, the way I've set up this tank is essentially loaded all the camo as well as gun handling skills, as I'll be playing this tank mainly as a sniper or a support tank. For equipment, I have advanced loader, advanced concealment because every TD gets a 60 meter flat bonus, and which is more than any other class, regardless of their base camo. Camo net does not rely on your base camos, but this tank already has decent camo. That's why I also have the camo crew skills equipped. And for list of all the remaining skills, you can check the description. They're all listed there, but they're all set up to play so that I can hit shots more reliably while playing at a distance, as I don't have the armor to bounce. It might occasionally bounce here and there, but I won't rely on it. So far I have managed to pen 2 or 3 shots. The first shot set T62 on fire. He's down to 1 shot and he managed to pen me. And he's also one spotting me. I got shot by artillery, and I was saying, doesn't have the armor. I was lucky that artillery didn't splash me for more. I'm already down to 1200, less than 1200 HP. This tank also has a decent HP. 2000, I think it's a decent amount for a tank destroyer. 9800 seems a bit low. Some tanks have that. So HP is average. Now T62 is still alive. I'm just trying to lose my detection, the sixth sense, and as soon as I was unspotted, I managed to put another shot in T95. Another thing you should notice is not only does this tank not have the biggest alpha, which again is a good thing, it also doesn't have the greatest pen. It does not have a 395 or 400 pen like most other TDs with high alpha. It has 329. And another thing that can be ignored, it has a significant penetration drop over distance. For example, a T10E4, its premium penetration is 395 or 385, and over 500 meters it only drops 10 meters of penetration, and it's 375. However, for this tank it drops 40 meters of penetration over 500 meters, and it already has a low pen where you have to aim for weak spots. So if you are not happy with the penetration drop, maybe you can run that skill that helps you not drop pen over distance. So we're almost 4 minutes into the game. 5000 damage, 1400 assists. I didn't even notice I had 1400 assists when I was playing the game. As you can see, if my shots are not fully aimed, I do miss, but I think as a tank destroyer that is reasonable because you are playing with a heavy gun. It's 152 mm. Our team is currently losing 7-2. I'm already at 5000, trying to get a clean shot at T32. I didn't want to miss it because I rushed the shot on bad chat, and the T32 got it covered, and I was kind of cursing myself. Another thing I noticed with this tank is I set the T62 on fire, also the Death Star. While I have my other replay that I uploaded yesterday or day before yesterday, I also got 2 fires on G-Sword. So maybe it's luck, but I do seem to set people on fire a lot with this tank. Trying to find some angle here. I don't want to expose myself yet or lose more HP because I'm already down to 1200 thanks to artillery. Our artillery is doing a very good job. He keeps shooting continuously and damaging enemy for 200. It's not much, but at least he's hitting his shots and doing some damage. Trying to get a shot on anyone, but no one is spotted. I know the Death Star is alive. He's low health, but even a tank that's like a Death Star, essentially a toxic tank because of huge alpha, as well as if you fire hash, it's a guaranteed pen you can't bounce. It's very lethal. Stern Tiger P gets spotted. Again, I don't want to rush my shot because he might get in cover if I bounce. I have bounce shots with Storm Tiger P, especially when they're retreating. It does have a decent raw armor, so wanted to make sure that I pen. Super Conqueror also playing very safe. I don't want to extend again because Death Star was last spotted as J3. So I want to hold this position with the artillery. I can't really push either because it's not a tank that can do well if you are being aggressive, especially when your team is losing. Their team is playing passive, however our artillery just keep peppering them, and I think that's frustrating for them. Storm Tiger P finally got a little bit impatient pushing, and I managed to put a shot on him. I am spotted, so I know artillery might hit me again, trying to get back in cover. This seems to be a decent position. Also, for my position in this tank, this is in counter mode, so this spot can work because more often than not, teams just push down the J line from either side. You can play J2 if you spawn on the 1 line, and you can play where I'm playing if you spawn on the J9, as there is some cover to it as well. If it was standard, maybe I would have gone to a different position, but this position worked really well, especially in encounter mode. Storm Tiger, this is the first time I think I saw Storm Tiger. He does have a decent amount of HP. Aimed my shot, managed to pen him. 592. I do notice that I low roll with this gun as well, more often than not, like the grill, but I'm not complaining. I'm just in love with the shell velocity of this tank, because when you have APCR, you don't have to worry about switching between AP or heat, whether you'll pen or not, because heat doesn't work very well towards the side of the armor, and that is sometimes where I struggle with using heat. I'm at 6700 damage. Death Star goes down. Now I can finally relax. I don't have to worry about getting shot by him. Batchat comes back. Again, I rush the shot. So it will miss if you don't fully aim your shot and the target's moving. I thought the gun handling will, like in terms of handling, it might be a little bit better than what it is. I'm not complaining with the current gun handling, but the reason I thought is because another miss, again, not fully aimed and I missed the shot, it went underneath the sturm, is because its alpha is low, and usually if you have higher alpha, you have worse gun handling. Like for example, if it had 850 alpha or 950 like Tehran, but this tank has only 650 alpha, so I thought it'll be very accurate, even maybe better soft dispersion than grill, but it's still respectable. I did manage to win Batchat this time. 7100 damage, it's 3v3 now, still not winning, but these are the games where you can end up with very decent amount of damage, where both teams are equal, and especially you're losing by a couple tanks, because in that way their team gets aggressive and you can punish them. Storm Tiger is still pushing, managed to put another shot since he doesn't have any gun depression. Also worried about the artillery, so I tried to retreat. I was thinking maybe I should ignore Sturm since the Super Conk is pushing on the other side, and I might be able to shoot Super Conk, but I thought actually ignoring the Sturm was too dangerous. Sturm is now dead, and I'm worried about the artillery because he is looking at us. He missed, but still managed to take at least 200 more HP away from me. Now, the last time Super Conk was spotted, he was around 1000 HP, and at this point, I was thinking if he was 1000, I might be able to get a 10k here. So he's 782, I managed to pen him and set him on fire again, and that's what I was telling you about, that I seem to keep setting people on fire with this tank. I checked the module damage, it is less than E4. Or, I mean, to be honest, I only played 3 games in it, so not enough games to determine that I set people on fire, but that's something that has happened twice over the last 2 games. And now I'm at 8600 damage, and I know that artillery has around 1400 HP, and if that artillery doesn't commit suicide, I might be able to hit 10k, which I failed during the last replay where we ended up 300 damage shot. So I was really hoping that our artillery would miss the shot and their artillery will not commit suicide, because that seems to happen more often than not. I'm a little bit nervous at this point that hopefully he's full HP. So he does get spotted there. He is full health, 1400. That's how much damage I need to hit 10k. Well, I did need 13, 15. So artillery fire misses. I'm grateful that it does. I do have 2 AT shell for this specific purpose only, that in case I found an artillery. AT alpha is 840. I hit him for 738. So because of the AT, if I pan the second shot, I should be able to take him out. Now, since I was really happy with the artillery that he finished off our artillery, even though our artillery did well. Because now I can definitely hit that number as long as I don't die. I have 7 degrees of gun depression, not the best, but it's still workable, trying to get an angle here, so I don't get shotgun by artillery, because that artillery just finished our artillery as well, so he knows what he's doing. barely peeking so I can hit a shot here, 62, and finally managed to finish the last tank as well as hit 10k. So as far as this, how to play this tank is concerned, you can use my setup and play the support sniper in the beginning, and then be more aggressive towards the end. Also, if you haven't followed me already, make sure to follow and subscribe and like the video if you do like it. If you don't, you can dislike it. So that was about for this tank. I will try to do more voiceovers, as I did notice a lot of people enjoyed my last one, so I'll try to do at least maybe one a week, but no promises that there'll definitely be one. I'll do my best. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great rest of your day.